afternoon gamers, or evening gamers, or whatever the time is. Maybe it's the morning. Maybe you're in whatever, I don't know, a place where it is the morning currently. Probably West Coast US. Right, let me just grab some music quickly. Let's close that document. Turn it down just a little bit. Hello, it is me. I'm just gonna very quickly, because I was sort of in a bit of a rush, I was finishing up some planning for a game I'm running later on this week. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of the old posting. So I'll just be doing that for like a minute or two. What am I doing? Here we go. Hopefully folks have had a pleasant length of time. I don't know. I don't particularly do like pleasantries because I'm unpleasant. It's been a reasonable day. Nice. Just posting around a little bit. This is primarily the manner by which, like, little baby shit streamers find new viewers, is just by posting in bigger discords or whatever. I'm sure there's other ways as well, but that's the only one I'm aware of. Okay, right. Hello, it is me. I'm done now, so we can look at this some more. So, over the last couple of weeks, we've done some stuff with the Mystic, basically just preliminary design nonsense. This week I basically just want to take more bites out of it and just go in and add more stuff. Mostly work on more powers. That's like the main thing I want to do. Because I've come up with a bunch of power ideas and I want to just make powers and see where we go. You know, we can iron out like noodly problems when we get to them, but right now this is a first draft, and the rule for first drafts in any real medium is you just do it. You just keep going. You don't go back and obsess over a tiny little thing for ages. You go back and you fix it later. For now, the first draft is just do the whole thing and see what it looks like when you're done. And you'll see what the things you need to change from a better perspective by the time you're at the end. That's my general understanding of the rule. And I think it's a pretty good rule. So last night I was talking to Joe, and I was looking into this, and I was coming up with power ideas. And a few things I thought about was axing the mystical boons and just giving psi crystals, which is a thing they get in 3.5, and then the disciplined focus thing that I just kind of slapped in because I thought it would be neat. Doesn't really make any sense, and I've kind of come up with something that's maybe a little more interesting. Is I need to clear my throat. Okay, right. So, the I've more or less come up with like a decent amount of ideas for all of the disciplines. One of the things I did do was like cut psychoportation, because I think it's just kind of pointless. What is it? Teleportation. Nothing else. It's dumb, it's stupid, I got rid of it. There's no like cool list of powers you can give them that aren't just like variations of the same thing. You know, it would literally just be one thing of like, okay, you can Misty Step, and then, rip the benign transposition from Conjuration Wizard, and then later levels you could just get Teleport, and that would be one power, and it would be a cool power, but then I'd have nothing else to give them. And another thing I came up with was, straight up, all of the disciplines should have a minimum, bar minimum of 3 powers, preferably 4. The reason 4 is the magic number that I want to get to is because you have 16 points that you can spec into your trees, and each power has 4 tiers of mastery. So if you have 16 points, there are 4 tiers of mastery and 4 powers per discipline. If you want to, you can just hyper-focus one discipline, and you can master all 4 powers in that discipline if you want to. It's not necessarily something everybody's going to want to do. Hell, there might be lots of people that go like, oh, that one's boring, whatever, I don't want that. That one, that isn't what my character would want to do. And they just won't pick it. And that's fine. That's almost the point of the class, is that you never get lumped with abilities that you don't want. Because that's like a lot of subclasses, you have to jump through a lot of hoops, or just make new subclasses altogether to make some things work, or sometimes you just get abilities that are just the opposite, they're just bad, or they're just not something your character would ever do, and you get them from your subclass that you picked earlier on. The purpose of this, primarily, is to basically just avoid that entirely. You never get abilities you don't want. You never get bad abilities, because you can just choose not to take them. If you get an ability, if there's an ability that's just bad for your build, you just don't pick it. It's the same thing with the spells, right? It's, if there's a bad spell, or a spell that's, not good for your playstyle, you just don't pick the spell. And there's a second level of that here, where it's like, maybe telekinesis is a power that you want, but taking it beyond, but you don't give a shit about getting master level telekinesis or even expert, and you're just going to settle for adept telekinesis, and you don't think you need to go any further than that, and you won't, and that's fine. That's part of the point of the design, almost, is that's how that works. But so for clairsentience, precognition, see the future lol, is some dice fuckery. Is how Portent does it, how Wild Magic does it. Obviously, probably somewhere in the middle, because Portent is insanely strong, and Wild Magic is awful. So it needs to be somewhere in the middle. It just needs to be pretty good. We've got Enlightened Senses, Dark Vision, ramping up to Blind Sight, True Sight, Tremor Sense, all 3, because that just seems really spicy to me. That just seems fun. And then getting, Scrying and Arcane Eye at higher levels, which I think would also be really interesting as well. Psychometry, which is just understanding things on touch, or just on sight, generally speaking. Meta-creativity. We have weapon meta-creation, which is going to be its own thing. I want to work on that today. I want to see, because I want to be able to, for you to be like a hexblade mystic, or not specifically be that sort of hexblade style, without it being, how should I put this, super broken and awful. I think I have a way of doing it. As meta protection, which is a cool name, just gives you an armor defense and shield, or shield of faith, or both. Eventually, maybe temp, flat bonus to AC, making walls, whatever, like ways of protecting yourself. And then astral construct is you get your wildfire druid pet. You get your friend that you summon through some reasonable degree of effort. And it starts out as a little weenie guy who's not super good at fighting stuff. And then it ramps up to like a really big guy who's, you know, actually like pretty competent. That's sort of what I want, anyway. Pathoturgy, I haven't actually concreted anything for Pathoturgy yet. There's a lot of things I want to capture with it, but I want to try and not have it be super complicated as well. So, you know, yeah, don't know. Psychokinesis. I've put like a mental grip here where you can like hold things in place, as opposed to like, obviously you can do that with levitation. I think one of the levitation abilities, yeah, this here. Oh no, it's this one here. So that's sort of like on the maybe list, really. And then psychometabolism is, you know, adaptive bodies, so like alter self, ignoring extreme weather, you know, sort of selective damage resistance, speed enhancement, strength enhancement, constitution enhancement. Pretty simple stuff. Like constitution enhancement at like the lowest level is just like, yo, here's some more hit points. Like, here's more hit points, here you go. That seems pretty simple to me. Just drinking some tea because I've been talking for a while. I say that like I don't ever stop talking, but yeah, some of these are very much like a maybe, but you know, we will like I said, this is the first draft. We're just gonna bomb our way through it and get to the end, and then look back and go, okay, what's broken here, right? That's kind of the thing. But yeah, for anyone who's just dropped in, because I know the viewer number has just jumped up. Working on Mystic. We're making powers. I really need to make like a document to sort of reference how the Mystic works. But basically, imagine a class with no subclass and a bunch of skill trees instead. That's fundamentally what it is. And I think you'll sort of come to understand a decent bit of it as we go through, for anyone who's like new and hasn't been in here for the last couple streams. So, weapon meta creation. I want to start here because I think this is definitely going to be the most complex one we work on today, and it may end up taking an inordinate amount of time to do, just to balance. So, novice. Into a meta weapon. Oh, that's something I can rip text from, actually. Another homebrew of mine, which is designed around making weapons. It's called the Invoker. Probably going to release it someday, but it's a little jank, or it's a little jank. I do love it, though. It's very silly. Oh, no, it summons specific weapons. That's not what I want. Into a meta weapon. A simple... Oh, hang on, no, that's not how this is... Hang on. How is this worded? Meta weapon shaping. Oh, need to clear my throat. be disarmed of your meta weapon. This doesn't need to be capitalized here. You cannot be disarmed of your meta weapon. Fizzles away into harmless energy. This feels simple so far, like this makes sense. Let me just nab the wording of extra attack. Do I call it a meta weapon or a psi blade? Nah, meta weapon feels cooler. Or just psi weapon. It was call it extra. It's extra attack. We'll call it extra attack. Piping hot. Like it's this fucking sheet. It turns this whole box into a sauna. I swear. They just not put it up, but even then, I make bad decisions in my life. Whenever you take the you attack with your meta weapon twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn. Oh, just psychic weapon assault. We'll just call it that, whatever. We come back and change it to something more interesting, the name to something more interesting. It doesn't really matter. A simple melee weapon. It seemed interesting. I say I haven't like specifically incorporated it anywhere yet, but I'm still in like very early stages. It'll probably go in Pathoturgy somewhere. determine its attack and damage rolls. So I have some ideas here. Instead, a simple ranged weapon. Or it'd just be... is instead a simple ranged weapon. Let me just check the... I need to clear my throat. Ugh. So yeah, one of the things I want to make sure here is that ranged isn't just objectively just better than melee, because that's how it is in base. Like, why would you be ranged when you can be... well, why would you be melee when you can be ranged? Because the only class that kind of forces you melee is Barbarian. And, like every other class, it's like, the only reason you should ever pick Strength is for flavor. Because it is just worse. Because thrown weapons are balked and just don't work. They don't work properly at all. Without, like, feat investment or fighting style investment, so they're just bad. And then, you know, you could just pick Dex and still be good in melee anyway, because rapiers are a thing. That's like the sad time with... Pally is also largely forced melee as well, because of Divine Smite. But even then, still be a Dex build, right? you just pick up a rapier instead, because it's just better. It's cheaper, because you don't need to buy plate to have good AC. And most of the weapons are better. Ranged weapons are better. And use Dex. Your AC is your Dex. Your initiative is your Dex. Stealth is your Dex. Yeah, it's like, why would you be strength when you, or melee when you could be Dex or ranged? Or ranged. Like, it's a no-brainer. So my specific desire is to make it so that melee is not necessarily, like, just better, but so that basically if ranged ends up being worse, so be it, right? Like, if ranged is worse, fine. But under no circumstances do I want melee to be worse. I want to encourage people to be melee, so that, like, power gamers don't just hide in a corner and cast a bunch of dumb spells to not take any damage. At least if you're melee, again, that's like the big thing, is like if you're ranged, the only thing that's going to hit you is other ranged dudes. Melee is fun. It's just bad by comparison, but it's fun. It's much more fun, in fact. Obviously, you know, being a cool, like, you know, being a longbowman who can shoot someone from 1,000 feet away, that's still cool. That's pretty sick, but, you know, that's still kind of boring. Instead of a simple range. So, longbow. Has range 60. Let me just get like a list of all of the weapons. Oh, it's so hot. It's horrible. Ranged weapon, here we go. Specifically... Okay, right, there we go. 3120. Is there anything that goes, like, starts at 60? Maybe throne? Property throne. Hand axe 2060, 3120. Is there anything that starts at 60? There's a javelin. That's 31. We'll just set it at 3120 for now. It has range 3120 and requires no ammunition. Gives either reach 10 or versatile 10 to 1d10. So it's either a reach weapon with a d8 damage, which is, you know, on the lower end for reach weapons, but, you know. That's one thing to note, actually. Are versatile weapons heavy? No, we shouldn't limit that. We shouldn't like tell small characters to be sad. Honestly, that kind of works. I think that's kind of clean. I like it. It feels very, very tidy. What are the different weapon traits? There might be some fun ones we can give it. Oh, if you choose to, so you can polearm master. That's the thing here. Is I want this to be like a legit build. Like you can go down weapon meta creation route and that just be your build. Is you be martial mystic. That's what I want you to be able to do. You know, whether that's 100% how it's going to work, another question altogether. But I want this to work as a legit build. I'm not super familiar with, like, you know, like, I'm familiar in the sense of I know how it works, but like off the top of my head, just looking at something, I don't know whether it's necessarily good. Ugh. Right. So, expert. So you can get this as early as 9th, I want to say. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 9th. You get this at 9th. So, what's suitable for 9th level? So, I'm not sure how to specifically phrase this. For example, a melee weapon, meta weapon now deals 1d10 damage, whilst a versatile meta weapon deals 1d12 damage when wielded with 2 hands. You can't stop me. I will look at these squiggly lines for as long as I live. It should be increasing size. Ranged meta weapons you shape. Additionally, ranged meta weapons you shape instead have range 80, 320. Honestly, they can just start at 8320. That's, like, not a problem. It is 8320, right? Need to actually go look that up. Make sure that's correct. Yeah, it is. And then this can just go up to longbow, like whatever. The like range of these is not a big deal. Need to go look at like all of the weapon traits real quick and just make sure I'm not missing something like super obvious and cool. The one thing it doesn't currently really allow for is like great weapon fighting builds, but I think ultimately it's not like you can still get Grey Weapon Master, because a Grey Weapon Master just requires let me just double check that I'm correct here. The heavy weapon. Does heavy actually mean anything? I'm actually gonna like have to look that up, because I swear heavy does mean something in some cases and just doesn't in others. I need to go. Where's the PHB? Books. Player's Handbook. Weapons. Creatures that are small or tiny are disadvantaged on attack rolls with heavy weapons. A heavy weapon's size and bulk makes it too large, so one creature can use it effectively. I don't like this wording here. Polearm Master does specify a polearm weapon, right? There, that's simpler. It's messier in places, but it's Hello, I say, the extra attack is just like everything is your meta weapon, so, or all of these things are your meta weapon, so the extra attack does allow for ranged extra attack. They don't need to count as magic weapons because they do psychic damage, but I think something I do want to do is I need to clear my throat. Could do. If anything here, this is probably okay, just this bump in damage here. I think. It really depends. I'll maybe come back to this because I'm not sure if this is like big enough. Obviously, you get a lot of stuff, and you're speccing in for various things, but even then. Oh shit. Ooh, maybe it doesn't need to do psychic damage, maybe it does force damage. That's A better damage type, and B probably makes more sense anyway. Why is this one track so fucking loud? I swear. Yeah, I'm actually gonna change this to force damage. When you hit a creature with an attack made with your meta weapon, that creature. So, if you master meta weapon creation, your meta weapon just like, you just get a flat D4 on your attacks, like on your damage even, which is pretty big in the grand scheme of things. Like it's pretty big. I think there definitely is like some downside to just not being able to have like a magic weapon. Which is sort of one of the problems I've seen with lots of classes that don't use weapons or spells. There's not really a way to make them better outside of like just giving them flat number bonuses, which I don't necessarily want to do. I don't hate either, mind you, but I feel like here's something maybe. Honed Strike. To the I need to go look at like after. So yeah, this kind of bridges that gap for me, I feel. I feel like the way this ramps up makes them a lot worse than a lot of martial classes at lower levels, but they also get a lot of other abilities as well, so like, checks and balances. Like the damage that they deal, they extra attack a little later than everybody else, which is normal. Like any non martial class gets extra attack at 6th, or sometimes even as late as 7th in a few cases I've seen. Honestly, I think this is good. There'll be some number fiddling to be doing, but I think as a first draft, this works. It enables Polearm Master, it enables Grey Weapon Master, and it enables Sharpshooter, which are the 3 good martial builds, basically. Those are the 3 good ones. Sword and Board is okay. Sword and Board is okay. It's not great though. It's not great. It's the worst one, that's for sure. It's sort of Polearm, Grey Weapon Master, or no, it's I imagine. So it's sort of martial build wise, you've got literally any ranged weapon, Polearm Master, regular Grey Weapon Master without Polearm Master, and because something here is it doesn't count as heavy if you pick this, and it doesn't like you can't be a Grey Weapon Master, Polearm Master. You have to pick one or the other that you're going to do as your build route. You have to choose one, which impacts their viability, but at the same time, there are other ways you can go about this, right? There'll be some number fiddling to do with this, that's for sure. But as of now, I think this is cool. I'm a fan of this. Regardless, I need to take a break here because I'm very hungry and I want to go grab some food. When I come back, we are going to work on some more of these. I'm just going to pick one and I'm just going to make it, and I'm going to see how long it takes, and then if I've got time, I'll do another one after that. I want to work on this some more, like, in my own time, but I'm currently, like, or not in my own time, but, like, I want to do more streams of this, because going through these powers, doing, like, 2 or 3 a stream is going to take fucking ages. Words. Like, doing 2 or 3 of these a stream is going to take fucking ages, so I want to, like, do some more streams a week with this, but as of right now, I'm finishing up some projects at the moment, and it's probably not going to happen. But in a couple weeks' time, I should be done with that project. And assuming I have the time to do so, I will make an effort to stream this more in the evenings. I don't know if that's going to happen though, but either way, I'm going to go grab some food even. I'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes or so. For those who are sort of just joined, like, working on Mystic, and also for those who don't follow me on Twitter or whatever, I'm doing on Wednesday, those are the words, I'm streaming some Sonic Roboblast 2 Kart, which is one of my favorite games. Streaming it with Ethan and Joe and Puzzle Knot, Dermot, and I know Ethan's here, and I think Joe is busy. But yeah, we're going to be streaming that on Wednesday, and I'm super hyped. I haven't played that game like much at all since I played it on stream on my birthday in January, so I'm pretty hyped. But yeah, I'll be back in about 10-15 minutes. I'll see you guys shortly. 'tis I return. You to untie my hair. Oh. Yes, I say, I return now. We shall carry on where we left off. Which is picking one of these powers and just kind of going with it. I'm not going to choose Astral Construct, because that's like a whole thing. I might choose one of the psychometabolism ones, you know? I'm going to choose Adaptive Body. Let's do that. Oh. I need to clear my throat again. Oh. Oh, Oxford comma. Okay, right. Adaptive Body, Bodily Adaptation. They're sort of, they're all like verbs, almost, as opposed to like adjective noun. Oh, I need to clear my throat again, fuck. Ugh. You can use a bonus action. Oh, what is the term? I think Goliaths have this ability. I mean, look them up. Goliath. Wait, Goliaths are resistant to cold? Huh. I straight up didn't know. Goliaths are actually resistant to cold. For years I thought that was some homebrew I put in and then later took out because I thought it was stupid. They are actually resistant to cold. Yeah, say I need to fix it on my thing. Let's write that down. Let me go through the list of races and see if I can find one that does have adaptation to cold environments. Not sure which one of them would. Oh, I need to fucking clear my throat again. Leonin, maybe? No. Maybe Simic Hybrid has a thing that lets them have that. Nope. Tabaxi? No. to extreme hot, to extreme heat and extreme cold. You're adapt to extreme heat and extreme cold environments. What other weather hazards are there? I mean, it was one of the things where it was like, I knew that they were at one stage, but I thought it was Homebrew I put in, not that it was something that they actually had, which is the reason why I took it out. Yeah. Weather. You ignore the penalties to... you ignore the effects of strong wind and heavy precipitation. You're like, I'm ready. I'm always, prepared. Honestly, I reckon I could probably strip some of this back and give this at a depth level, which I might do. Hell, if anything, you should just get this at Adept, and then get the Strong Wind and heavy Precipitation at Expert. Yeah, that makes more sense. So as of right now, I don't actually know what you're going to get at Novice level. We'll work that out. Let me look at the effects of Alter Self. Lesser body alteration, or lesser bodily. Right, let's nab. Oh. Alter Self spell. Then Expert. Bodily. It's a little too high. Oh god, horrible twinge in my neck here. I slept funny on it, I think. Happens all the time, usually on this side. You're an expert in bodily adaptation. So I got about a half hour before I need to head off. Probably more. Sort of 25 minutes. So I got a game to go to tonight. It should be called Environmental Adaptation. And then... yeah, so that's... Then we'll go in here. Greater body alteration. Polymorph yourself once per short or long rest. Looks good. Oh, God, I feel like... Need to make some tea, but I don't want to, like, bugger off for, like, 5 minutes just to go do that, so I'll probably just wait until after the stream's over. Need to go look at the Transmutation Wizard ability, because we're kind of just giving them that, and that's not necessarily something I want to do, but it is really cool. Actually, it is worse, because, like, you get the spell for free as a wizard. And it's once per short long rest, and you can just cast it normally as well, so... You may instead transform into a beast of chanting allowed by the spell. So it ends up being better, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Because you are, like, speccing in a lot. And also, if you're a wizard, getting this ability is like, yeah, it's like, you know, icing on the cake, you know? It's good, but, you know, you're a wizard, you have other shit. Lesser body alteration. This feature has no uses and can be used at will. Alter self at will is not a particularly big deal. Druids get it. Moon druids get it. They get it at 14th. And getting access to the same ability at 13th, not a big deal. I would argue anyway. You know what? I have an idea. Oh, God, my neck. Fuck me. It's not fun. So you just get this at level 1, which is honestly, that's good. Welcome in, say. I'm toying around with some psionic nonsense at the moment. Ah, yes. Indeed. Big brain class. So at master level, you can just change your damage resistance after just a minute of just big think. I'm not super sure about this, because it doesn't provide you a huge amount of mechanical incentive to pick it up until the master level. Everything before that is just kind of, it's especially at like adept level. Like obviously novice, like getting a damage resistance at level 1 is pretty good. There's no other class that gets that, but you don't get to change it. So you have to know what you're getting into before you pick it. Like obviously, anybody who knows is gonna pick fire unless they have a specific reason not to, because fire is the most common. But you know, whatever. It's not a particularly big deal. So Bodily Adaptation, I'm not super like sold on this one. All the others I've gotten to the other 3 that I've done. I've sort of gone to the end, and it's felt, you know, almost like a home run hit. You know, and I've been like, oh wow, yeah, this is awesome. Whereas this one, I'm like not quite as sold on. I like it though. Yeah, I think this is worth coming back to, but I think it's cool. Like, to be spicy, I could move this down to 3rd level, but like 3rd level for a changeable damage resistance, like a daily changeable damage resistance, is probably a bit much. Right, I definitely have time to make at least 1 more, and I think so I can cross that off my list. I've done that. I have an idea. Alright, I'm going to do this one, this Constitution Enhancement one. but I have a name for it, and I have sort of a more interesting flavor. Yeah, sure. So go ahead. Psychic. Oh, I lost the name. Fuck. Yeah, sure. That's fine. I say my general rule is like ask first, but otherwise, you know, generally, yeah. If it's just like a doc link or a OneDrive or whatever. Psionic Tenacity. That's it. Okay, no, that's fine. I'll say. Yeah, so it has a preview thing on Twitch, so it's if you hover over it, it's like, oh, this is what our website is. So yeah, no, I'll have a quick gander at that in a second. Gods are kind of my shtick, or one of my various shticks, I guess. I wrote a whole book on them. So look at the bot, just very timely advertising my garbage. But yeah, I wrote a book of gods last year. It's called Angelo's Deific Dictionary, and it was my passion project for that year, and it was wonderful. Nice. This bad boy can fit so many advertisements in it. Look at him go. What a guy. You can empower... Oh no, it's empower, not empower. You can empower... through sheer mental force. Just flat out. Nice. Oh. Something in my eye. It's fun. Oh, fleck of something. Yeah, sure. So I'm just gonna get to like marking out the novice thing. I'll take a gander. Your hit point maximum increases by your mystic level, or by an amount to your mystic level. I need to go look at tough, because this is literally the text of tough, except the number is 1 instead of 2. Bam. Just flat out more hit points. That seems really good, which is kind of what I want. Okay, this is fairly elaborate actually. I kind of like this website's layout. That's nice. So lawful good. Radiant fire. The old tenets. Tenets are good fun. Following the law itself is the most important to others. I can. Sounds powerful. I think it's probably the word. I'm not gonna go to church. Yeah, I'll say this is interesting. I'm especially sort of drawn in by the layout of this site. I might have to look into it. That's it. This is neat. I quite like it. Big fan of deity stuff. I tend to like my sort of attitude towards deities is yeah, I say the layout looks super clean. I'll have to look into it, but my general attitude towards making gods is I used to try and be like super uniform with it and be like, I need a god of all of this list of things. And I got to a point where I was just like, this isn't fun. I don't like doing this anymore. Like, not to say there isn't value in doing it either. I just got sick of doing it myself personally. And in the end, I was just like, no, I'm just gonna like do weird stuff. So yeah, you end up with gods like Davial from Angela's, where he's a demon prince, but also a god of mercy, and also of snakes, and poison. But he's also a god of mercy, which is ridiculous, and I love it. But yeah, so I'm gonna get to the end of Psionic Tenacity, and then I am going to probably get going because I have a game to go to in about 10 minutes, and I think this will probably take about 10 minutes to do. So I feel like something else should probably go in here, like another ability. Yeah, say thanks for stopping by. Good luck with working on this on the old Pantheon. Adapt. Variable defenses. Until you next complete a long rest. You lose proficiency in the chosen saving throw. I need to go read, like, because the Mystic has this ability, it's called Strength of Mind. and I've not sort of, I don't know specifically how to word it. Where is it? Strength of mind, there. You get proficiency in the second chosen, not skill, ability. It saves using the second chosen ability instead of the first. Psychic rejuvenation. Into restoring your bodily wounds. You regain 1d6 plus your mystic level hit points. That's cool. That works. That's simple. Where's the old, where's that warlock ability? The Celestial. It might be worth doing that instead, something akin to it anyways. Is equal to 1 plus your mystic level. That's probably not. That's probably too many. Or just up to a maximum of up to a maximum of 10 dice. And I want this to be self-healing only. Bonus action, you can spend a number of dice from expend a number of dice. Oh, expend a number of dice from the pool. You regain a number of hit points equal to the total. You gain any excess of temporary hit points. Yeah, so, you know, you have to like really spec into this to get the... So you sort of cap out at this many dice. Hell, maybe you can start with this. Yeah, honestly, starting with this feels reasonable. I have some ideas actually. Yeah, let's do this. I feel like this can be changed as well. Oh god, my throat. Honestly, they can be... If you're self-healing, they could just be D4s. I mean, I don't know, D6s are fine. See, this feels like this feels like a 1 point dip to get like a really significant bonus, so this needs to change here. It's taking longer than I thought, but oh well, it's fine. If anything, what I might do Hit point maximum increases by 3. Because you have to be at least 3rd level to be adept. And then... So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6 extra hit points. I'll just put an additional 6. Ooh. To a maximum of 4. That's fine. So yeah, it's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Bam. Proficiency in con saves as early as level 9. That's pretty good. Alright. Thanks for sticking about, Ethan, I'll say. I most certainly speak to you later on. Maximum number of dice in your pool increases to 10. Oh. So, 11, 12, 13. Or no. 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Let me just add all these. That's 10. It's it's 13. Yeah, that's fine. That works. And then with no maximum. Yeah. This doesn't give you any big exciting abilities, to be fair. But it just sort of makes all of these scale. To be fair, we could give them like a reroll of a failed saving throw once per day. That could be good. I might actually do that. Let me go grab, like, Indomitable, because that might just be the text I need. Once you have used this feature, you cannot do so again until you complete a short or long rest. It's sort of a variant of Indomitable. Indomitable, you get more uses on a long rest. So because you can get this at 13th. Indomitable at 13th gives 2 uses per long rest, and this gives you 1 per short rest, which is, depending on the campaign, this is better, or maybe Indomitable is better. It really depends. But yeah, I need to stop there because I have a game to go to. So apologies for sort of sudden stop. But I will be back on Wednesday playing Sonic Rebuild Lost 2K, and I'm really fucking excited because I fucking love that game so much. We've actually made like a shitload of progress today as well. Like, weapon meta creation is like in its infancy at the moment. I need to do some fiddling with it, but bodily adaptation is really interesting. I'm not sure how good it is, but it is very interesting. Psionic tenacity is really fucking cool, so I'm excited to use that as well. Regardless, hope folks have enjoyed themselves. I will hopefully see you all on Wednesday. See ya.